everybody, the day is finally here. I finally get to share my good news with you. So I'm going to try to do two things at once because I want to try and get all my plants watered, and then I want to get ready for my big day. So if you heard anything about my diagnoses, you will remember me saying that I am at a loss. There is no way that doctors can help me right now. I have to think outside the box. And with thinking outside the box, I decided to get educated. This is the only way that I am going to be able to live my best life and to hopefully conquer some of the things that I have been dealing with. You might have remembered when I told you about my diagnosis that I'm very sensitive to medications, and for that reason, I have to try and control my pain, my energy, and my diet with food. And so I have decided to get educated in exactly that. And so for the next 6 months, I am going to be taking a course to become a certified holistic nutritionist. So what does that all mean? Well, it means that it's time to go back to school. You're never too old, and I'm gonna prove it to you, you're never too sick to conquer something that is plaguing you in your life. Throughout all the toiling and throughout all of the appointments in the last 5 years, I have realized that nutrition is the only thing that is going to help me at this rate, especially with my digestive system. It is shutting down. I started 5 years ago with exactly that, changing my nutrition, and sometimes I have to medicate with food, which means I'm going and just focusing in on just certain types of foods for a while, which some people would call a diet. That's not a negative thing. In my case, that's me being prescribed to medication, and it has proven to help. And so for me, I am going to learn more and more about how I can help myself in nutrition, in my diet, and using food and herbs as medicine, stuff that I can actually digest and ingest. My body is super sensitive. It can't actually handle all those hard medications. I literally almost died 2 years ago from the medication I was on. My body was just shutting down more and more, faster and faster. And then a year later, it was only a year later that we found out that I'm actually super sensitive to many meds, and that I need to be very, very careful in what is coming through my body. My doctor has encouraged me that I need to stop listening to my body, and I need to fight through this or I will eventually just die. And so he encouraged me to think outside of the box and see if I could help myself in any other way. And so this is my solution. The other solution is to just continue moving, continue forcing my body to be active and to push myself not to sit idle, because my brain very often tells me that I can't move. And I have to start by wiggling my toes and my fingers and pushing myself to the point where I can actually move around throughout the day. And so I've been doing that now for quite some time, is pushing through in that way. And I think my brain, my mind is getting stronger, and that I am able to just be a little more successful with my days, understanding what is wrong with me, but it's giving me courage to step out. And to be honest with you, I had actually told Sheldon just probably about a year ago, wouldn't it be amazing if I could just go and get educated? My problem was that when I got extremely sick 2 years ago,
My eyes stopped working, and I've talked about that a little bit. My eyes aren't always working. They're blurry one day, or one moment they're blurry, and it's hard for me to read, and I get headaches, and I get really, really tired. But again, I have to just continue working. And so Sheldon thought I was really bold in saying, okay, well, I wonder if I should just get educated. But the timing wasn't right. A year ago, the timing just wasn't right. There was a lot on my plate at that point. Now it's been an entire year, and it was just amazing how everything worked out, and I was able to get into this course, and so now I can dedicate the next 6 months to schooling. But there's so much more behind it. So again, a year ago when I started talking to Sheldon about getting involved in some kind of course or some kind of schooling to get myself educated, I said, wouldn't it be amazing that if my suffering and my situation would actually be turned around for something good? And this is me turning around something for good. And that makes me emotional. Nobody likes to be told that they can't do something. Nobody likes to be told that there's no help for them. And I know what that feels like. I have been told those things in the last while. And I don't believe that there's absolutely no help. I believe that there is help. But I also believe that there's other people in this world who need that kind of encouragement and need that kind of help. And so with me getting educated, I not only can help myself, but I can help my family, and I can help you. I will be able to help others with this certification, and I can help people fight diseases, and I can help people with their diets, and I can help people get off their medication and start using food as medication. And so for me, this would be such a huge victory to be able to get this certification. And who knows? I don't know if this is the finish line. I don't think so. I'm still living and I'm still breathing. This is just a beginning. This is a beginning of me fighting for myself, and this is the beginning of me fighting for others as well. And so I'm hoping that I will be able to get through this, and I will be able to not only help myself, but help others at the same time. So why would I actually choose education? Number one being is I'm actually somebody who loves to learn. I love to get educated. And back 5 years ago, when I started realizing that I could medicate myself with food, I would find my strength in getting educated. And so when I could see that I was falling away from my diet, or I was getting weak and starting to crave other things, I would start reading books that would encourage me to stick to my diet, telling me why this is beneficial to me, why is this helping me. And so this is something that I've been doing, I think, my entire life. I feel like it's a strength. And I even told you about that on just the mental side. When I am mentally struggling with bad news or suffering, I very quickly will go and grab a biography of somebody that has gone through suffering themselves, and I can be strengthened by that. Now, this is on the education side, on the mind game. It's actually so beneficial for me to go ahead and to get educated so that I will stick to my plan and that I will not fail. So this is not rare of Candy to do something like this. This is actually pretty typical. The only thing is that this is a massive feat. I'm working with a much sicker body than I ever have before. And so I might be calling on one of you guys to come in to read to me because I can't read one day. But there's another thing that's behind this. Now, I'm sure you won't be surprised when I say that to become educated like this on whole foods and medicating yourself with food, it's going to help me so terribly much more in knowing what to plant in my gardens and knowing how I can help other people with planting in their own gardens. So this is like just opening up this massive door for me to work in so many different areas and to find success here in my home for myself and for other people. But I need prayer because this is not a healthy body. I will never deny that. This is a sick body. I do struggle a lot. I have bad days, and I'm limited on how much time I can actually spend working on this course. And so I am asking you guys for prayer. I need prayer in being able to, that my body will be able to function well so that I will be able to read. Reading is number one. Another big prayer request would be that I don't give in to my fears. There's a lot of fear in this. I am afraid that I will not be able to complete it. I am afraid that I'm going to have too many sick days, that I might have to extend my schooling, which costs more money. I'm also afraid that I might fail. And that for me, I don't know about you guys, but that is just a big red stamp, like right there on my face. I don't like to fail. I love to succeed. I have, that has always driven me. Success drives me. I want to be successful in the way I live, the reason why I chose to live a certain way. I want to have reason and meaning and success within all of that. And so I am afraid of failure, and I don't want to be. And so I'm dealing with that. I'm praying through that. But I do also know that that something as simple as fear and giving into fear could actually stop me from stepping into something that's just absolutely amazing, like being able to help myself and to help other people as well. And so I am choosing not to give into fear. And I have learned over the years with certain specific jobs that I've had, feeling like I've bitten off way more than I can chew. I have become comfortable in fear. I recognize it. I know the power it has, and I don't want to give in to that power. And so I am going to fight through this. And so you can pray that my body's going to work so that I will be able to read. You can pray that I will not give in to fear and that I'll be able to get this done in the 6 months that they have given me to complete this course. And so with saying all of that, there's so much more I could say, but with saying all of that, it's time for me to get into the books. So, happy first day of school for me.